Hello, I'm Dr. Nisa Khan. We conducted our second live workshop of 2025 on November 5th. The topic of the workshop was, is objective or rational science comprehensive? We discussed what objective or rational means and why such science is not comprehensive. We discussed that nature is appropriately described by the notion of quality and not quantity. Quantification is nevertheless useful and necessary to live our practical lives. We discussed that WHOLE numbers are not real and what real numbers are and what reality is. We discussed what type of math and physics can provide very good understanding of both quality and quantity. We also discussed why neither Newton nor Lord Cavendish ever proved the so-called Newton's universal law of gravitation. We also discussed why no one, including Einstein, ever experimentally proved E equals mc squared. I hinted on how these famous equations can be analytically proven along with incorporation of certain practical demonstrations. I discussed why these equations are not universal. Dr. Alan Rayner was the co-presenter of the workshop. He offered 2 slides after the workshop, which I would like to share with you. In a nutshell, natural space and boundaries receptively include and dynamically distinguish, whereas abstract space and boundaries definitively isolate one locality from another. Here are Alan's responses to the questions I asked in the workshop. Is objective science comprehensive? Alan: no, because it isolates what is observed from the spatiotemporal context, which is natural neighborhood, in which it is observed, which includes the observer. Is rational science comprehensive? Alan: no, because it divides what is observed into discrete wholes and parts by definition. Can one be rational and real at the same time? Alan: yes, so long as the rationalization is done for temporary practical purposes. For example, making a map, not as a basis for understanding reality. You could abstract from reality, but you can't reconstruct reality from what's been abstracted. Are whole numbers real? Alan: no, because they are discrete arithmetical figures abstracted out of spatiotemporal context. This is why the number 1 as a WHOLE number is a discrete singularity, whereas 2 is a couple. Whence 2 times 2 is greater than 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1. Where is the proof of Newton's law, etc.? Alan: somewhere other than in Newton's and Einstein's comprehension. Can objective science be conducted without bias? Alan: not in itself, only when combined with first, second, and contextual modes of perception. Otherwise, it is liable to be partially correct but comprehensively wrong. Bias is partiality and resulting imbalance, lacking full volumetric comprehension in evolutionary time. True impartiality equals fully comprehensive perception, not just third-party cover. Is it time to overhaul modern mainstream science? Alan: yes, it's gravely overdue. Practical demonstrations need to be understood fully, comprehensively, using appropriate calculus. In a nutshell, natural space and boundaries receptively include and dynamically distinguish, whereas abstract space and boundaries definitively isolate one locality from another. The recording of the workshop is now available. You can find it at my Thinkific website. Namaskar.